In terms of us featuring a truly British story, few ships were as iconic as Cunard's Queen Elizabeth. For more than 20 years, from 1946 to 1969, she sailed as the running mate of her sister ship, Queen Mary, which still survives today as a floating hotel in California. Sadly, Queen Elizabeth does not. Laid down in the 1930s and launched 4 years after her sister, Elizabeth was slightly larger, sleeker, and with streamlined boiler capacity, carried just 2 funnels instead of 3. At 1,031 feet long and 83,000 tons, she was the world's largest passenger ship, holding that record until 1996, until the Carnival Destiny nabbed the title by just a few thousand tons. But here's what's fascinating about this story. When she was completed in 1940, Queen Elizabeth didn't enter service as a luxury liner. Instead, in a top-secret operation, she slipped out of Clydebank, Scotland, and straight into war duty alongside Queen Mary. She became one of the Allies' greatest troop carriers. Winston Churchill himself credited the 2 queens with shortening the war by a number of years. After the global conflict, she finally entered civilian service in 1946, spending 2 decades as Cunard's pride, ferrying rich passengers and immigrants across the Atlantic. She was a beloved ship, but her end was dramatic. By the 1970s, transatlantic liners were being replaced by jet travel. Queen Elizabeth was retired, then sold for use as a floating university in Hong Kong. But in 1972, just as her conversion finished, multiple fires, later blamed on arson, engulfed the ship. She burned and capsized in the harbour, a tragic and undignified end to a wonderful queen. Yet she refused to disappear quietly. The wreck appeared as a secret MI6 base in the James Bond film The Man with a Golden Gun, and her disruption inspired others. One young boy in Britain, Stephen Payne, saw the ship burning on television. When the presenter declared that there would never be another great liner like her, 12-year-old Payne wrote back, promising that one day he would design one himself. 3 decades later, he kept his promise, becoming chief architect of Cunard's Queen Mary II, the only true ocean liner still in service today. Payne, now an OBE, is one of our expert voices across both series of Secrets of the Lost Liners, sharing his passion and knowledge about these great ships. And Queen Elizabeth's name lived on, first as the QE2, launched in 1967, a much-loved and long-serving ocean liner and cruise ship, and later on, Queen Elizabeth of 2010, a very modern cruise ship, but with echoes of the golden age in her design. The loss of the original Queen Elizabeth was a tragedy, but her legacy continues, shaping ships, inspiring architects, and keeping alive the dream of the great ocean liner.